everybody says, where is Donald, South Carolina? Well, if you blink your eye when you go through it, you'll miss it. This area, to me, is home, for one. It's where I was born and raised. It's super small, and everybody here, he knows you, and you know everybody. And my mom and dad still live in the same house that I grew up in. I was real fortunate that my dad loved to fish, and he loved competition, and that's what I fell in love with, and it still drives me today. I've been fishing tournaments since I was little, talking 10 years old probably, and I worked on the farm once I was 15, 16 till I was 21, and that was one thing the farmer knew. Wednesday night, my dad would pick me up in the straw field. He'd bring me a change of clothes, and I'd get to the lake, jump in, wash all the dust off, and I was ready to go fishing every week. That's kind of where I cut my teeth fishing, was on that lake. That's all I ever talked about, was I wanted to fish for a living. I wanted to be a professional fisherman. Fishing's 98% mental, I think. I always say I like to try to keep things simple, and I do. Believing in your equipment, from your boat, your motor, all the way down to your hook. You need to be familiar with every piece of equipment that you have, to where it's actually a part of you. I enjoy catching fish, everybody does, but I could find the biggest school of fish in the world and leave them and not feel bad about it, just going to try to find more. I love the challenge of finding the fish, figuring out what they're doing, what they're feeding on, what baits I can make them eat. That's what I love to do, and that's the thrill of it. We always kind of wanted to piddle with stuff. We tie our own jigs, and as far as the Roadrunner goes, what I won the Classic on, if you looked at it, man, it's the simplest looking thing, but it's tried and true. We've used that thing since I was, 13, 14 years old. When you make it, you got what you want. If somebody would have told me that I was gonna win that tournament on that bait, much less a bait that, my daddy made, that was a pretty special thing. I may win 10 Classics after this. I may not ever win another one, but, this one will always be probably the most special. It's just something about keeping that trophy in the state. It's super hard to do, and that's something nobody can ever take away from you. Everybody talks about the fame and whatever, but I don't look at it like that. I'm still just a small town country boy that won the Bassmaster Classic. That's who I am. If I start to change, I got enough people that put their foot in my butt, and it'll straighten me out real quick. What would I be doing if I wasn't fishing? I have no idea. I hope I don't ever have to find out.